My name is Miss Fuentes, or you can also call me Miss Day. Today I'll be showing you how to make a sprite dance in Scratch. This lesson is designed for 4th grade and 5th grader students and introduces the basics of block-based coding. In today's agenda, we will be learning about what Scratch is, discuss our learning objects or project goals, create a simple coding project together. And to finalize, we will be having a conclusion. Let's move on to what Scratch is. Scratch is a block-based coding program created by MIT. It helps students learning coding by dragging and dropping blocks. And most of the time, 5th graders, 4th graders, even 3rd graders can create games, animation stories without typing codes. In fact, there's also another app called Scratch Junior that's for ages from 5 to 7. But today we will be learning about Scratch only, maybe in the future. Today's learning objectives will be identifying the basic Scratch blocks. The second one is create a simple animation and use sequencing to make a sprite move and practice creativity and problem solving. Over here, you would click on the link so we can start creating. Now go ahead and click on the link so we can start creating our animation. For example, I opened mine and as you can tell, I do have something started already, but I will be explaining to you what you can do as an example. First of all, over here where it says crab, if you click over here where it says to choose a sprite, you have many characters. You can choose an animal, people, fantasy, dance, or music. For example, if you noticed, I chose a crab. Or it just depends on the mood you are or want to do. Something realistic, do a story. As I said, you can do a game or so, but today we were just going to learn a little bit about it so in the future we can know how to do it. So for example, I'll be doing a crab. A crab again. Who cares? We can do two crabs. Right over here you can tell. Over here is the background. Again, my background is an ocean, so I'll go back again with choosing the ocean underwater. Now, as you can tell, over here I have one that has some movement. If you click on the green flag, the crab starts dancing and starts moving around. Now let me show you how I got those movements again. Okay, so on this, as an example, I am going to use crab number 2. So you click over here where it says events. That way you have an access to start with the flag. So I would click when the green flag clicked, it starts moving around. Then you go to control where it starts doing 4-year movements. So I'd say if you want it forever, you can put it over here, but I just want it like for around 20 seconds. So I am going to put 20 seconds over here. Then you always have to click on the character or on the sprite, as however you want to call it. Because if you don't, nothing will appear for motion. It would just be blank. It would say no motion blocked. So again, I'd say I would put this for move 10 steps. Well, the other one moved 10 steps, so let's put this one for around 30 steps. Let's see how it works. And then instead of putting it turn 15 degrees this way, we'll put it the other way around. So let's move this one around. And again, if you want to, you can also add some speech to your items. So I would say hello for 2 seconds. For example, let's say, I'll have some fun and be like, hello, this is Miss Red. Let's just say that. And I am glad to assist you. Again, you don't really have to do the writing. I'm just doing it so you guys can tell what I'm doing. And then let's say I want to put another motion again, so let's put this one for glide one step here. So let's see how this works out. Wonderful. Okay, let's move on and check how it works out. As you can tell, the objects are moving. As I said, you can make it fun, do it as one person, or even create a little story over here. And then, hello, this is Miss Red. I am here to assist. Over here, I have another example that I did, like doing like kind of like a garden, a forest. But for today, that's all we would work with. Today, we have learned about how to use Scratch, how to code using blocks, how sequencing makes animation work, and how creativity and coding work together. Thank you for listening to today's lesson. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact me. Have a nice day.